This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today I'm here in Virginia and I'm outside a local Whole Foods market, and we're going to go in the Whole Foods market because they're doing a new scoring system besides the ANDI scoring, which is Aggregate Nutrient Density Index. They're now using the Brix scoring to score some of the fruits in the produce department to let you know the quality of the fruit. So today we're going to discover what the Brix is, and I'm going to share with you my insight on what Brix means and how this can benefit you as a customer. So now we're inside the Whole Foods market in the produce department. So if you notice at Whole Foods, they're gonna have a produce sign, and here it is right here. This is organic California Valencia oranges, and it says Eat Right America ANDI score 109 that I've already talked about before. You guys may know they're 99 cents each, and that's because we're in the East Coast. Really expensive here. They're usually 99 cents a pound in California. But up over here is something really new, and it says actually Brix, and it says Brix 20. So what does Brix mean? Well, in this episode, I'm going to share with you what Brix means and how you can use it to your benefit to select produce that is more nutrient dense. And we're going to talk about what the ANDI score is, which I've already had in previous episodes, and also the new Brix scoring that they may be doing at a Whole Foods near you. Once again, here's the ANDI score. ANDI stands for Aggregate Nutrient Density Index, and they just score foods on a scale from 1 to 1,000 based on the nutrient content. And it's calculated by evaluating a range of micronutrients, including vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and antioxidant capabilities. Now, a lot of foods in the Whole Foods market will be scored on the ANDI scoring system, not only the fruits and vegetables, but also the grains, and even Coca-Cola and other sodas are like a 1, whereas kale, mustard greens, and turnip greens are 1,000. So they're the most nutrient-dense foods in the store and also on the planet. But new now is the Brix, and here's a little description of Brix. Not all crops are of the same quality in terms of flavors, nutrient density, and their inherent health benefits. Brix is a measure of the total sugars, minerals, and other dissolved nutrients in juice. The more ripe and nutrient dense, the higher the reading. The method is simple. A few drops of juice is squeezed from the food being tested and then placed on the prism of a refractometer. Light is refracted in juices by the quantity of dissolved solids. These include natural sugars, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, enzymes, amino acids, nucleic acids, proteins, and other dissolved solids. The premise is therefore that the more light refracted by the juices, the more nutrients and the flavor the plant put into the crop, and therefore the better quality. So I'm really glad that Whole Foods is now scoring the Brix. Next, we're going to go over to a Brix chart and check out some of the other Brixes in the produce department. New thing Whole Foods is doing, they're having Brix scores on the produce items. So you can see it says Brix, a measure of the total sugars, minerals, and other dissolved nutrients in the juice. The more nutrient dense, the higher the Brix. So at this Whole Foods, they have organic Fuji apples, 21 Brix, organic avocados, 16 Brix, full trait pineapple, 19 Brix, blueberries, 19 Brix, conventional blackberries, 17, organic red grapes, 23, organic strawberries, 15, and organic sugar baby melons, 14. So does that mean you should only eat foods with high Brix, like you would maybe eat the red grapes, the organic red grapes, and nothing else? Well, no, I would still encourage you to eat a wide variety of produce, because every different produce item has different nutrition, different vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals that are definitely good for you. And so while I do think it's really great that they are showing the Brix, most people don't know what it is, and instead of just showing the number, because the number is only one part of the Brix, it'd be much better to show the picture of the Brix from our analog refractometer that would show the gradient. And I'm really into Brix, and this gradient would basically show how not only the level of the Brix, but also the little area of the demarcation between, like, the area where it shows like black, the line, and the white. It would show like a fuzziness, and the fuzziness is actually probably the most important part of the Brix besides just the number. And the other thing that would be good for the consumer to know would be the good, better, best. In Brix, there are scorings for produce that is good, better, and best. And you know, the higher the Brix, generally the better the produce. But on each produce item, you know, 10 Brix could be a fantastic apple, but it would be actually a terrible grape, for instance. So giving people the reference guide and maybe having a little brochure to explain this more, and also showing the demarcation, or actually the analog Brix test, and not necessarily just the number. So I think they're making great strides and improvements here on teaching people about eating a higher quality food, but it may be misdirected, and still, unfortunately, most people don't know what Brix is. But even beyond Brix, what's better than Brix is what is given to us by nature. On the tip of our tongues, it's our taste buds. So our taste buds easily can overrule any Brix charts. You know what? Just eat good tasting fruit and you're generally going to get high nutrition in that fruit. Alright, so I just got kicked out of Whole Foods for filming in the store because it is not allowed, and I don't recommend that you guys do it unless you want to get ejected from the store. In any case, I got to teach you guys more today. I hope you've enjoyed that video that I was filming in Whole Foods. Actually, I got kicked out twice, so I was actually in the produce department. They found out that I was recording. The manager came up and wanted me to delete the video, so actually I deleted another video, not the video that I saved for you guys. And then we went out by the garage, in the parking garage of Whole Foods, to film some more, a closing shot. And like the manager followed me down there too, so I didn't even get to film that. But in any case, I'm gonna finish it for you right now, and it's probably for all the best. Basically, to sum it up, I think what Whole Foods is attempting to do is definitely a good thing by telling and sharing the Brix numbers, although I wish they would take it a little bit further. Like I talked about in the video, there's a standard what's called Brix Chart. And this is the Brix Chart here. You could actually go online and print this out. And what it does, it's from aglabs.com, and it tells you the refractive index of crop juices. And so, for example, an apple that's poor will be 6. An apple that's average will be 10. A good apple will be 14. And an excellent apple is 18. Now, maybe they don't want to show this because even though they had some high numbers, maybe even though the numbers were whatever they were, it could only mean a good fruit and not excellent. So maybe they don't want to be so upfront with the Brix, but just say, hey, these numbers are really high. Let's see, on grapes, for example, let's see here. Grapes, excellent grape is 20, and actually I think the grapes at Whole Foods that day were actually exceeding that. So that's definitely really good. But nonetheless, Brix is only one measure of the nutrition in the fruit, and specifically it's for the sucrose or the sugar content when looking at just the number. So what's more important than just the number is actually when you take the refractometer, which is actually this right here, and you'll put some juice of the fruit on here. Actually, we got the lychee tomatoes right here, and we're gonna do this test actually right now. We'll take the lychee tomato right here, and once again, these are called lychee tomatoes, and these are not on the Brix chart because these are so unique and rare. But what you do is you take a little bit of the juice from the lychee tomato and squeeze it out, and you can see there, I'm squeezing out the juice on my refractometer. Eat the rest. Put that down there. Look into this. Into the sun, and this one measures about a 9, and I'll see if I could actually find a picture online and insert it into this video so that you'll see what it will actually look like. And you can see the point where where's that demarcation, so it's kind of like white up to a point, and then it turns like kind of like a blue purplish color. And at that point, you know, where you get the number is the most important thing. You want it to be nice and fuzzy and not like black and white, or more appropriately, white and blue purple. You want it to be nice and hazy, like a shade of gray or a shade of color, because what that means is that means there's more minerals in the food. And in my opinion, the soils are demineralized, and we need to add minerals back in the soil, and not many farmers do that. So Brix can be an excellent indicator of the nutrition and also the flavor of the food. But also, I want to remind you guys that the best indicator for the food is given to us by nature. Right here, our taste buds. So what we want to do is we want to go around Whole Foods and taste the produce. A lot of times they have sampling stations, and what many people don't know is that if you ask any produce guy working at Whole Foods for a sample of whatever it is, they should be cutting it open for you and giving you a sample, and then taste it. And if it tastes good to you, and it probably has higher nutrition, but of course the Brix will give you a number definitely to go by. And of course also agree with the ANDI scoring, or aggregate nutrient density index, and you want to try to eat high on the ANDI list, but don't just always eat the same thing off the ANDI list. You want to eat a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. Now if you are looking for a refractometer, this model is called the 0 to 32 Brix ATC. The model number is FG113. I bought this from eBay. They're about $40, so they're kind of cool. And you could piss some farmers off if you take one of these to the farmer's market and compare like one guy's peaches to the other guy's. They don't like that too much. And actually some farmers don't even test for Brix, which I think is really sad. So hopefully now you've been more empowered to learn more about Brix, what a refractometer is, how it can be used to better your health and better the foods that you're buying from Whole Foods, the farmer's market, or even just growing in your garden. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRod.com, encouraging you to eat a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables always.